China, the world's second-largest economy, continues to struggle due to demographic collapse. According to demographers, the downward trend of the working-age population, that is, 15 to 64 years old, is expected to continue in the coming years. And what implications could China's demographic problems have for the global economy? The rapid aging of the population is one of the main factors contributing to the decline in the working age, and this aging is directly related to the infamous one-child policy pursued for over 3 decades in China. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, implemented it in 1979 and eradicated it in 2015, and during that period, Chinese authorities boasted of preventing more than 400 million births. It was too late by the time the CCP eliminated the one-child policy. Although it tried to reverse the damage, allowing 2 children and later expanding to 3 children per couple, the demographic imbalance it had caused was already catastrophic. Many couples choose to have only 1 child or even none due to factors such as the increased cost of living, education, and childcare. Young Chinese couples today prefer to spend their income on other interests, such as travel and shopping. So, the associated decline in the fertility rate contributed to the rapid aging of the population. As a result, China's population has more than 12% of its population made up of people aged 65 and over, and it is aging faster than any other countries. Demographers warn that national decline seems inevitable, and China's population could be reduced by half or less by the end of the century. Consequently, as the labor force shrinks, fewer workers will contribute to the economy and fewer people will consume goods and services. Yifu Xian, Ph.D., professor of obstetrics and gynecology and an expert on Chinese demographics at the University of Wisconsin, painted the situation. This he told the National Post. "We are unfortunately witnessing the irreversible decline of a civilization that has been alive for thousands of years because of a misguided one-child policy." While Cai Yong, a professor of sociology at the University of North Carolina, also an expert on Chinese population issues, emphasized the following. Population was always regarded as the strength of a country. More people, more power. If you have to spend more than a quarter of GDP to take care of the aging population itself, you obviously have less to spend on military, to buy aircraft carriers. You cannot project force. With China being a major engine for the global economy, analysts see that the demographic catastrophe will inevitably impact global supply chains. As the country's labor force shrinks, labor shortages and higher wages will lead to increased overhead costs for foreign companies trying to operate in China. And if, for example, we take as a reference what happened during the total COVID-caused shutdowns at the world's largest iPhone factory operating in China, the disruption of production made it impossible to fulfill orders, forcing hundreds of companies to close. The sharp decline in labor due to a demographic imbalance can give us a more accurate picture of the extent to which the economy of the rest of the world will be affected.